Hello Patriots Colony, welcome to Tai Chi and Chi Kung. My name's Stan Rockwell. Let's get our posture, our balance, and our breathing all set. Ready to get your posture, Leo? You're going to take another nap up there with Annie. Okay, you answered that. Feet are parallel, shoulder width apart. Again, stay in your comfort zone. If that causes you issues, just relax into it. Remember the rules. Softness in the joints. You never fully compress or fully extend your arms, so you keep it easy on your elbows. Same things with your knees. Always some bend in your knees. And if you've had any hip issues, you stay within whatever your physician and you agreed upon as your movement restrictions or abilities. But for us, we want to get ourselves nice and balanced and in harmony with gravity. So just sway back and forth a little bit until you feel yourself settling down right in the middle. So pressure on the bottoms of your feet is the same to the front, the back, and the sides. You're very firmly connected to the earth. You use a line attached to the crown of your head to pull you straight up. Lift the back of your head and tuck your chin in a little bit. Stack your vertebrae on top of each other, make you taller. Tops of your hips are parallel to the floor. Tailbone drops a little bit, hips move back a little bit. Flattens out your stomach and your lower back. If that doesn't feel comfortable though, just relax into whatever feels best for you. Tops of your shoulders relax down a center line and they're parallel to the floor. And the line across your eyes and ears is parallel to the floor. And as the back of your head rises and your chin tucks, your head moves back until it's nice and balanced on your shoulders. It's not tilted in any direction. If you drop a line from the crown of your head down through the center of your body, it should hit right in the middle of your foundation. Remember that foundation. It's the line you visualize around the outsides of your feet. And everything inside that rectangle is your foundation, and we want to keep our center over it all the time. Also want to keep our knees lined up with our toes all the time. And if we're in a stance like this, knees are always behind the toes, so we don't put any pressure on our knees. Focus on your breathing. Inhaling through your nose down to your diaphragm. Feel an expansion right around here on the in-breath. Touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. To connect a couple of energy channels in your body, but also to disengage the muscles in your jaw. On the exhale, you pull the pelvic floor up to move as much air out as you can. If you want, you release the tongue if you breathe out through your mouth. And sigh. With that sound, let whatever tenseness, whatever tightness is inside, just relax, soften. It flows out of you in a way and just dissipates. Just breathe at your own pace, making the exhale last longer than the inhale. And as you breathe, if you feel any tightness or tension across the top of your head, your forehead, your eyes, your ears, your jaw, around your mouth, just breathe into it and let it soften. Into your neck, your shoulders, down your arms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers, just breathe into it. Let it soften. Chest, your stomach, your back, any tightness anywhere, just let it soften. Your hips, your thighs, your knees, your ankles, your feet, your toes, any tightness anywhere in your body, just let it soften. Just breathe. Let your weight shift from one side to the other, so we're pouring. And again, paying attention to how the bottoms of your feet feel as you do that. Remember, pouring is you can visualize warm, salty water the same temperature and salinity as your body, going from that bubbling well up through your body, cleansing every cell down through the other side, and then out through that bubbling well, taking all the impurities with it, and then you bring in clean water, clean energy. You can visualize it that way. And people in class have visualized a healing light going from one side to the other. So whatever works best for you with a visualization. And we'll do the swing. And then the drum first. We're going to start at the top this time. Just inside the shoulder. Base of the rib cage. Just inside the hip and the quad or the inguinal crease. Lower dantian. Back to the swing. Visualizing yourself someplace where you feel very safe, calm, secure. And just come back to the center and loosening up lower back and the hips a little bit. Back to the center. Again, shift your weight from one side to the other. All your weight goes into one foot. The other empty foot just floats up. Other side. This time your knee comes up. Other side. Heel comes up. Other side. And then just drop your hand on your thigh. Shift your weight into one foot. Other foot just goes straight ahead. Slowly comes down, very soft. Doesn't make a sound, just like you're walking on rice paper and keeping it quiet. Inhale up, exhale down. Feet are staying shoulder width apart like you're walking on a railroad track. If you're in a small space, you can do this in place. Just pay attention to how the bottoms of your feet feel. And if you're keeping your body going in your center, going from the center of one foot to the center of the other in a diagonal. If you don't want to walk backwards, just turn around and go back to where you started. We'll do the Tai Chi first. And we'll do some Qigong afterwards. So we're going to do the sun style. I'm going to do it backwards. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it straight. And begin. Open and close. Single whip. Wave hands. Open and close. Single whip. Wave hands like clouds. Open, close, second section. Brush knee to your right. Play the loop. Parry, parry, punch. Apparently closing. Push the mountain. Open, close, second part, second section, brush, knee. Play the loop. Parry, parry, punch. Apparently closing and push the mountain. Open, close, third section, brush knee, leisurely tie coat. Open, close, lateral single whip, lowering movement, fist under elbow, step back, repulse monkey, repulse monkey, brush knee, leisurely tie coat, up, back, push, open, close, second part of the third section, brush knee, leisurely tie coat. Open, close, lateral single whip, lowering movement, fist under elbow, step back, repulse monkey to the back, to the front. Leisurely tie coat, up, back, push to the front, feet back in the V, open, close, hands down. What we do in the live classes sometimes is, once we learn a form, typically people have been facing the same direction in the room every time. So we'll turn and face a different direction, and you realize that you kind of learn it by keying off cues that you're not even consciously aware of. So if you're doing this at home, try it in a different room or facing in a different direction. You can even try doing it backwards, and you'll find, it's like happened to me last time, sometimes that can throw you off. You have to, what you're hoping to do is get yourself comfortable so you can do it anywhere, facing in any direction. But it's amazing how our brain, I know in classes, we'll be doing this direction for weeks and weeks and then say, no, let's do it in this direction. And people who knew it pretty well get flustered. So again, it's exercising your brain. I want to do something called 5 elements, and there are many versions of 5 elements, and we're going to do 3. And the elements in Chinese philosophy are what constitute everything, and they're really probably a better translation would be an energy. And one energy brings another form into being, but it can also cause another to lessen or to cease being. For instance, the wood element can bring fire into being. Fire can bring earth into being, but water can take fire out. So we start off feet, insides of the feet line up with the outsides of the shoulders. Bring your hands up and down, and when they're about a little bit lower than your shoulders, just pause there. The first element in this one is metal, so your hands go out and they turn palm up as they come back. Hips go back a little bit. It's an inhale and an exhale. Metal is associated with the lung. You really open up your chest with this one. Balance everything out. Metal gives rise to water, if you think about it, especially in the summertime with the high humidity and the dew points, and how water will kind of condense from the air. Makes sense. Feet are maybe a little bit further apart. You bring one hand and your back, palm out over your kidney. Water is associated with that kidney meridian. Other arm goes across, palm back on the side, then it sweeps across, palm out. And again, keeping yourself centered over your foundation, you kind of reach down and you grab and across. Exhale, inhale. Pause, reverse, same thing, other side. Balance everything out, bring your feet back about shoulder width apart. Water gives rise to wood, come up, down. And this is a lot like Repulse Monkey, except the back hand doesn't go Repulse Monkey and Yang style, which basically goes like this. But with this, you keep this hand in front's palm up, hand pushes down, reverses, comes back. And they do this one a little bit fast, so it's 1, 2, 3 as you inhale, 1, 2, 3 as you exhale. Balance it all out. Wood gives rise to fire. If you've ever done Jung style, you probably remember Fair Maiden Works the shuttles. Hands are similar to that, holding a ball. And with all of these, you're really moving your whole body. So even with this one, you're moving your whole body. But with wood, with fire, you shift your weight. You pull back with one hand, palm goes out. Other hand goes across your body and presses to the corner. As you exhale, inhale, exhale. Balance everything out. Fire gives rise to earth, and there's a movement called holding the heavens up like a pillar, where you basically have your hands so you have sort of a diamond shape in front of you. Extend the back of your neck, you look up, and it starts with this, but it's shifting away from side to side, so it's here to here. balance everything out. And we did 5 of each one of those. Typically in the mornings, they will do an odd number. In the evenings, they'll do an even number. A good number for that would be about 9 of each. But I wanted to show you the other sets of 5 elements before we run out of time. The next one is a very short form. Starts off with wood, arms coming up like a tree coming up, and then down. Hips go back, keeping yourself over your foundation. Backs of your hands come together. As you come up, your hands start to turn, your fingertips pointed towards your middle dantian and fingertips pointed up. As they come across your face, palms touch, and just like the tree opening up. Wood gives rise to fire. Your arms come up in a circle. You shift your weight to one side, rotate the heel of the empty foot towards the corner, and then push like flames leaping outwards and back. Same thing to the other side. And then towards the front and down. Remember, fire gives rise to earth, so one hand comes underneath the other. It's pressing up and then turning your hands and pressing down. And then other hand goes underneath and down. Back to that center. Earth gives rise to metal. Shift your weight. Go to the corner, hands, backs of your hands touch. As you shift to the corner, when you get back to the center, they separate, palms face and sink back down. Same thing other side. And then water, just like waves flowing. And you balance everything out. And the third version that I know of 5 elements is one we do oftentimes to end classes. We haven't done this one in a while though. Insides of your feet line up with the outsides of your shoulders. Hands are about waist high, fingertips facing. And this is earth. So just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Earth gives rise to metal, and you know this from sun style. It's open and closed. Hands come back down. Metal gives rise to water. Water flows down. So again, keeping yourself over your foundation. Your hips go back. 70% of your range of motion down. As you exhale, inhale up. Water gives rise to wood, so your hands come up in a circle to about chin high and then down as you inhale and exhale. Back to earth, and you turn to your left, so the opposite of what it looks like I'm doing. Left hand lines up with the left hip, right hand comes up on top. It's like a bellows, it's an open and close on the side. It's an inhale and an exhale. Rotate on center axis to the other side, again keeping everything from the hips down still. Inhale and exhale. Back to the center, and then it's massaging down first the back, and again stay in your comfort zone up the front. And your arms come around like you're hugging a big old tree. This is a standing meditation, a standing stake. And you keep your posture straight. Back of your head rises up, chin tucks in, shoulders relaxed. And just breathe. This is another exercise you can do. You don't have to worry about movements or sequence. You just hold this for however long. You can make it easier by bringing your feet closer together, so there's just a little bit of a bend in your knees. If you want to make it really difficult, you keep your head centered over your foundation. There's more of a bend in your knees. Your hips are back further. It's a way to strengthen your legs, make it easier getting up and down out of chairs. And when you're done, balance everything out. Inhale up and exhale down. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe, healthy, and well. Keep practicing, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.